sort of in an interesting position, or actually your husband is, because a position that in some ways you find yourself in, married to a high-profile politician. Any advice for Mr. Palin, who is now referred to as First Dude?
No, I mean, I think he's doing just fine on his own. I think, when you break these gender roles, there are all these sort of almost subconscious expectations. And so I've read, I'm interested in, I think he's an interesting guy. I think anybody finished with those long races he does, that did 500 miles on a broken arm
it's amazing.
Is worth our admiration. I like people that don't quit and are tough in the face of adversity, so I admire that. But I think that the trick is, if you're a husband and the woman is in a role, a political role, traditionally identified with men, the trick is to give support that is unambiguous and clear, and to also be there with advice privately, but to do it in a way that doesn't, in a funny way, make her look weak. Now, these role changes have happened a lot. In '92, when I became president, Hillary was assaulted by some people for being too aggressive in giving advice. I was criticized for giving her a formal role in policymaking. And I found myself in a culture in Washington that, at that moment at least, seemed more conservative, if you will, than I had had in Arkansas when I was governor, when the legislature, the press, the public at large was only too happy to have her services, since it was all transparent and open. It was interesting. So I think that whenever you start changing the deck chairs and gender roles and family roles, you have to be prepared for psychological as well as political sparks to fly. And my advice to him is, keep that smile, don't get defensive. And, somebody asks you a question about whether you should or shouldn't have done something, try to answer it the best you can and go on. But they obviously love each other, and it looks to me like they got a pretty good relationship. And like I said, he must have something going if he can finish that 500 miles of race with a broken arm. I can't get over it, but I like it a lot.